Hey, this is me, Marvin. I just got through watching The Twilight Zone, which is one of my favorite shows to watch. It always makes you think. They basically always use the sci-fi or science fiction to make a point about real life. So, in this particular episode called The Nick of Time, this couple, which the guy is actually William Shatner, very young. I think it's actually probably before Star Trek even started, or a couple years before that. He looked very nice. Very handsome man during this time. Looks totally different now. He's a lot older. But yeah, very nice looking during this time. But he was getting girls all around during that time. But yeah, so him and his wife, they end up, I guess something's wrong with their cars. They have to have it towed into this town, somewhere in Idaho, I think. And they decide to go get something to eat while they're waiting for their car to get fixed. And it so happens that the guy, he's very superstitious about things, and you find it out before they even get to the cafe. So here's the cafe, and they're gonna get something to eat, and there's this little machine there that basically predicts the future. And so he's like, oh, just for fun, we'll put something in there. So he puts a painting or whatever in there, asks a question about is he gonna get a promotion or something like that at his job, because he's been thinking about that. And it's like, it's been decided in your favor or something like that. And so he's like, I'm gonna go and just call my job and see if I really got that promotion or not. He called the job and kind of find he did get the promotion. And then he asked the machine a couple other questions, and where the answers come out, they're so general, but they can kind of fit for any situation. And so he keeps asking, and then eventually they come to find out, he asks one question about, should we stay put or something like that? And they're like, would it be safe? Are we safe here? And they're like, and he asks, should we stay here to 3:30 to make sure we're safe? And it's like, something, I wouldn't risk it or something like that. So they go outside for a little bit, and they almost get hit by this truck in his car. And then he really, really, really starts believing that machine. And he's like, but that machine's predicting everything that's going to happen. And so his wife was like, look, this is just coincidence. A lot of coincidences happening. And so they go back to the cafe, even though the wife doesn't want to go. And he ends up asking more questions. And eventually his wife's like, look, it isn't a machine that's predicting this stuff. It's you're fulfilling it yourself by your own suspicions and fears. You're making this stuff happen, by your own means. And just kind of basically proving the point that we really hold the power in our own lives to make stuff happen. Things don't just magically happen a lot of time, we do things, there's certain actions we put into place that lead to a certain outcome. And I think every now, I think there's a little bit of luck can be in there, I'll be honest. Sometimes things just kind of happen to play out right time. But a lot of times you need to do your part of the work to for everything to really come together and for everything to really work out the way you want it to work out. So it just makes you just kind of think about how much control we have in our lives and how much we sometimes allow, these things called fate or luck or fortune, these, mystical, intangible things to run our lives a lot of times just based off of superstitions instead of just basing it off of, we put in the work, we get the reward type deal. We just kind of like hope it happens or, this mystical thing, and when a lot of times it's not even mystical, just, you do a certain amount of work to get back a certain amount of, kickback from that. So, it's made me thinking, and it's really funny because after this couple finally realized that, hey, it's not their own fate. They left town just fine. They went on about their way. But this other couple came in who obviously had been looking to that machine for a lot of answers and really, really relied a lot on that machine. And came in and asked, look, they had been in that town for a little bit of time. They went back to the machine and they asked the machine, will they get home today? And then the machine said no. And then the machine asked, will we get home tomorrow? And then asked, will we get home ever? And the answers that were spitting out from the machine were just like not generally bad answers, or it didn't look bright. But it was kind of proving the point that these people were given into superstitions and fears versus relying on their own minds and knowledge and making up their own decisions about what's going to happen. So they fulfilled their own self-defeating prophecy, you know. So that's why I kind of wanted to record. It kind of made me think a little bit about life and how much control I have over my life and how things play out. And so it's just interesting. I was like, watching stuff like that makes you think a little bit. So this is me, Marvin. Twilight Zone, baby.